Nyang' Nyong'o. I welcome all of you to this great city of Kisumu, which is well known for its ambience and investment opportunities in East and Central Africa. And from what the Honorable Justice Eric Ogola has also enumerated here, we're also known for many other things. We are privileged to host this important conference that brings together top legal brains and judicial workers across Kenya. Kisumu is ready to host this important conference that will bring the top legal minds, as I've said, and brains into Kisumu, and we want to thank each one of you for making time to come. Allow me at this point to congratulate the Honorable Winfrida Mokaya on her appointment as the new Registrar of the Judiciary. As you all know, part of her professional life was actually spent here in Kisumu. Your job is well cut out, and we wish you the best as you prepare to join the judiciary's transformation journey. I am happy to be here to share with you my thoughts about the theme of this conference, the role of the High Court in expanding the frontiers of justice, which is part of the bigger agenda of social transformation through access to justice. Now, the decision to hold this meeting in Kisumu is significant for us because of our long-standing partnership with the judiciary. I firmly believe that working closely with the judiciary without compromising the delivery of justice is good and is rewarding. As the theme of this conference states, we must expand the frontiers of justice by ensuring that all Kenyans access that justice. No one must be left behind in this new judicial journey. I wish also to congratulate the judiciary for the major administrative achievements in the past few months. We have seen refurbishment of courts and construction of new ones, but probably the judiciary going online and now the cabinet going paperless is, I think, one such big achievement for the judiciary. And we are hoping, because you know what it takes, the bureaucracies in government, that this can be, taken up by the other, departments in government, so that we can see a seamless, delivery of services, as we already are seeing within the judiciary. Now, the modernization of the courts and the digitization, as I've said, of court records and filing system is quite a milestone in judicial reforms in our country, Kenya. As a county government, we are grateful to the Chief Justice for accepting our request for the establishment of a valuation court in Kisumu. This court will help us resolve disputes on the county valuation roll. And we are ready, and we know that it is ready, and a senior judicial official has already been appointed to manage it. This is a great achievement for us and a proof that working closely with other arms of government bring good results. Now, the valuation role that we're talking about, we believe will be a big leap once we resolve the issue or in just helping us in our own source revenue. Own source revenue normally is a component of the budget. And if you do not meet that, target, and one of the reasons why we would not meet the target is if you cannot value properly what you have, so that means what you are also, getting from the consumers is not commensurate. And so we are hoping that once this is resolved, then we can be able to bridge the gap that already exists in our budget because of the misses of the target in our own source revenue. However, as we celebrate the establishment of the valuation court, we present another request to the Lady Justice Martha Koome. Please help us revive the once vibrant municipal courts which shut their doors with the advent of devolution. These county courts are expected to use the existing laws to help protect devolution and its gains. The courts will help the county to resolve smaller disputes, especially in the enforcement of county bylaws. This will in turn help us boost collection of our own source revenue. And you have the city manager clapping. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that this conference will give you a rare opportunity to take stock of the achievement, challenges, and opportunities of the court and suggest strategies of enhancing access to justice. Now, this is exciting because one of the biggest debates in our country has been access to justice. Backlog of cases in courts has remained a big concern because, as they say, justice delayed is justice denied. Some Kenyans have been waiting for conclusion of their cases for many years. In discussing access to justice, it will be important to look into the informal justice systems, such as customary and traditional dispute resolution mechanisms, as catalysts to delivery of justice to all Kenyans. It is high time Kenyans, and especially the bench, supported the judiciary in popularizing the alternative justice system, which includes reconciliation, mediation, arbitration, and what is now known as traditional dispute reconciliation. This will help end backlog of cases by ensuring some of the cases are resolved outside the official courtrooms. We know that the judiciary has been rooting for the alternative justice system in line with the constitutional directive in Article 159, 2C of the Constitution, and we all need to support it. It is important to note that there have been positive efforts towards the development and implementation of the alternative justice system, AJS policy. Now, this policy seeks to recognize, regulate, and enhance the use of AJS in Kenya. It also aligns the operation of the AJS with the principles and values of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and international human rights standards. The policy further emphasizes the need for a popular approach to justice that conforms to cultural, socioeconomic, and geographical diversity of the Kenyan population. It is encouraging that the AJS policy has had tangible impacts on access to justice in Kenya. It has facilitated the resolution of a significant number of disputes that would have otherwise burdened the formal courts and added to the woes of the backlogs. I am happy to report that as governors, through the Council of Governors, COG, we are in full support of the alternative justice system. We are viewing this system as a way of addressing existing justice gaps that will help counties resolve cross-border boundary disputes. In Kisumu, for example, we have faced such disputes with Kericho, where lives have been lost and property worth millions destroyed. We will soon be starting the process of making a policy on alternative dispute resolution as a county. A county like Mandera, for example, is already implementing the alternative dispute resolution policy. The implementation aligns with the region's unique cultural fabric and is championed by elders and religious leaders. Kisumu is ready and willing to benchmark with Mandera. We want Kenyans to support alternative justice system because of its proximity to the people, affordability, and accessibility. Ladies and gentlemen, the judiciary has undergone pragmatic transformation in the past 60 years, despite the many challenges, which include budget constraints and attempts to erode its independence. In other words, in the words of the Chief Justice herself, we today have high court stations in 41 counties out of the 47 counties, with 5 more counties having a high court sub-registry. We also have 127 magistrate court stations. The Court of Appeal has been decentralized to the regions with permanent branches in Kisumu, Nakuru, Nyeri, and Mombasa, in addition to Nairobi. We also have 51 mobile courts, with most of them serving the arid and semi-arid parts of this country. It's also worth noting that the judiciary has made bold steps to enhance justice for the vulnerable and the marginalized members of our society. These include tailor-made courts to serve a section of the society. Some of these courts include the small claims courts, the sexual and gender-based violence courts, and the children's court. We also hail the judiciary for introducing the e-filing system, that is the digital courts, to replace the tedious paper filing system. There are also the virtual courts, locally known as kotini mtaani or koti mtaani. However, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to appeal to judges attending this conference not to shy away from addressing the elephant in the room, the independence of the judiciary. Kenyans and the international community are aware that all is not well at the judiciary due to the constant attempts to intimidate judicial officials by the political class with vested interests. The judiciary must remain firm and aggressively protect the gains it has made since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution. The judiciary, as constituted by Article 161, shall be subject only to this Constitution and the law, and shall not be subject to the control or direction of any other person or authority. The judiciary, according to the Constitution, is the protector of justice and the rule of law in the country. It must fight off political attempts to muzzle its voice. As the judiciary protects its constitutional space like a hen guarding her chicks against eagles, the judiciary must not only maintain its integrity, but also prove to Kenyans that it can independently regulate itself, occasionally identifying and throwing out the judicial officers who fail the integrity test. The Judicial Service Commission must remain vigilant and ensure that the judiciary maintains the trust from all Kenyans. For us in Kisumu, we will continue to work closely with the judiciary on areas of mutual interest for the benefit of the people of our country. Through the city of Kisumu, we will ensure that the judiciary gets the best services, including proper environmental management and sanitation. In conclusion, I leave you with the words of the American author, attorney Caroline Kennedy, who once said, and I quote, "The bedrock of our democracy is the rule of law, and that means we have to have an independent judiciary, judges who can make decisions independent of the political winds that are blowing across the country." I wish you the best as we discuss how to sustain the legal services to Kenyans. The remarks of the Governor of the County of Kisumu, Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o. I also want to urge you to take time. Of course, this is Kisumu's hidden gem, Siala, but we also have the lake. I know that my brother was talking about Winam. We have the open lake and then we have the Gulf. And the tip of that Gulf is actually where Kisumu sits. And I believe the reason why it was called Winam. And I know that judges normally find their ways everywhere. But in the unlikely event that you don't find your way, you look for Justice P.J. Otieno, I'm not sure if he's here, or Lady Justice Anne Omolo. They grew up here, and so they can help you around. With those many remarks, we wish you all the best for the 1 week that you'll be here, and may Easter, that is coming from Friday, bring abundant blessings to you and your families.